How's it going, guys? Today I want to go over another leak code question. Today our question is from Amazon and it's called last stone weight. Alright guys, today we're going over another leak code question. Our question is from Amazon and it's called last stone weight. Our problem description says we have a collection of rocks. Each rock has a positive integer weight. Each turn we choose the two heaviest rocks and smash them together. Suppose the stones have weights x and y, with x's weight being less than or equal to y. The result of the smash is if x and y are both equal, then the stones are both totally destroyed. If x is not equal to y, the stone of weight x is totally destroyed, and the stone of weight y has a new weight of y minus x. At the end, there's at most one stone left. Return the weight of this stone, or return 0 if there are no stones left. Okay, cool. So before we go through this example, basically this question is saying we have a bunch of rocks. We want to greedily take the two largest rocks or heaviest rocks, smash them together, and if the two are equal, they're both destroyed. And if one stone is bigger than the other, basically that stone then takes on the new weight value of whatever that difference is between those two stones, and the lighter stone is destroyed. So now knowing that and kind of summarizing the problem, let's go through example 1. If we're given this array that represents the weight of the stones, we would output 1. And the reason for that is the first iteration, we would basically take stones with weight 7 and weight 8, smash them together, and the difference between 7 and 8 is 1. So we'd basically put that stone back into our set of stones with a weight of 1. So that's why we'd get 2, 4, 1, 1, and 1. Then we'd constantly do the same thing, right? So now of our remaining stones, from 2, 4, 1, 1, and 1, the largest two stones would be 2 and 4, so we smash those together. The result is 2, so we put 2 back into our set of stones. We get 2, 1, 1, and 1. We do that again, we get 2 and 1, smash them together. The difference is 1. Now we have 3 1 stones left. Again, smash them together. Now these two stones are equal, right? Weight 1 and weight 1 are equal, so they both are destroyed. And then we have 1 stone left with weight 1, so we'd actually return 1. Hopefully that makes sense. As a couple notes were given that the number of stones we're given is always between 1 and 30 inclusive, and then the weights of all the stones are between 1 and 1,000 inclusive, it looks like. Okay, so I think a good way to think about this problem is to think about how they're wording this, right? They want us to pick the two heaviest stones at every single iteration and smash them together. So to me, in my head, that basically tells me I need a max heap, okay? So what we can basically do is throw all our stones into a max heap, take the two stones that are at the top of the heap, right? So remove one stone from the heap, remove the next stone from the heap, smash them together, and then if they're not the same, right? If their weights are not the same, we need to put back into our heap whatever the difference is in their weight. And we can basically keep doing that until we have a heap of size 1 left, or maybe there are no stones left, right? And then we'd have to actually take care of that edge case, in which case it tells us to return 0 if there are no stones left. So that's what we're going to do. We're basically going to build a max heap and then constantly pull from our heap, smashing the two stones at the top of our heap together. And when the size of the heap is no longer greater than 1, we can either return 0 or return the stone that's left in the heap. So let's start doing that. So to do that first, we're just going to make a max heap. So in Java, we'd say priority queue. And it's going to hold integers because it's going to hold our stones. And we'll say stones equals new priority queue. Actually, let's just call this max heap because that's really what this is going to represent. And now we just want to throw everything into our max heap so we can always have, or I should say really on the first iteration, we're going to make sure we have those first two heaviest stones. So we'll say for every stone in stones, let's just say max heap.add, and I'm going to say negative stone. And the reason for this is Java is actually a min heap by default. So whenever we say priority queue here, this is going to create a min heap. And so if we want it to be a max heap, a really easy way to do that is just to flip the sign of every single stone we had, right? So if now if like this had, I don't know, a weight of 7, right, this would actually become negative 7. And so this is actually going to effectively create a max heap by inverting all the values in the stones array. So that's a really easy way to make a max heap. We just have to make sure that we flip the signs back whenever we do any kind of calculation. And now what we want to do is just simulate that rock smashing, right? So we could just say, wow, max heap.size is greater than 1. We definitely have 2 stones to simulate smashing together. So I'm just going to take both of those stones. So int stone 1 equals negative, right? Because we need to make sure to flip that sign back. Max heap.remove. And now I'm going to get the second stone so we could simulate smashing together. int stone2 equals negative max heap dot remove. And again, that's just flipping the sign because we created our max heap using negative values here. And so now we just have to do our simple check, right? If the two stones are not the same, we need to add back into our max heap the difference in those values. So we can just simply say if stone 1 is not equal to stone 2, we're going to say max heap dot add whatever their difference is. And again, we're adding to our max heap, and to make sure it's a max heap, we need to negate that calculation. So we're going to say negative stone 1 minus stone 2. Great. So now whenever this loop ends, right, we either have one thing in our heap or no things, right? And if we have one thing in our heap, we want to return it. And if we have no things, then it tells us we want to return 0. So that's as simple as saying return if our max heap is empty, let's return 0. And otherwise we can return negative, again, because we need to negate that value when we pull it out, max heap dot remove. And so before we submit this, let's just quickly talk about our runtime, right? We're creating a max heap, which takes n log n time every time we're removing from it, right? So when we remove from the heap, we're going to need to reheapify. So that's going to be n log n runtime because we're basically removing everything from the heap in the worst case. And then in terms of our space complexity, we're actually throwing everything into our heap, right? So that's going to be O of n memory. So again, n log n runtime, where n is the number of stones. And then our space complexity, again, would be O of n, where n is the number of stones. So let's run this. Let's make sure that works. Awesome, and it does. So guys, that's how to solve last stone weight in Java. Again, that's the question that's being asked by Amazon right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor and leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more. And I'll see you guys next time.